Why should we read and study the Bible? We're going to answer that question. We should read and study the Bible because it is literally God-breathed. In other words, it is God's very words to us. There are so many common questions God answers. What is the purpose to life? Where did I come from? Is there life after death? How do I get to heaven? Is the world full of evil? Why do I struggle to do good? And in addition to these big questions, the Bible gives us practical advice in areas such as, what do I look for in a mate? How can I have a successful marriage? How can I be a good friend? How can I be a good parent? What is success and how do I achieve it? How can I change? What really matters in life? How can I live so that I do not look back with regret? We should read and study the Bible because it is totally reliable and without error. Unlike other holy books, the Bible encourages us to test it by checking the prophecies, historical accounts, and the scientific facts it contains. Jesus once proved he had the ability to forgive sins, something we cannot see with our eyes, by healing the paralytic, something those around him could test with their eyes. Similarly, we are given assurance that God's word is true when we test it in our own lives. We should read and study the Bible because God's and mankind's natures do not change. It is as relevant for us as it was when it was written. There is nothing new under the sun. The Bible is so important that Jesus said of it, man does not live on bread alone, but by every word that comes from the mouth of God. If we want to live our lives to the fullest, we must listen to and heed God's written word. We should read and study the Bible because there is so much false teaching. The Bible gives us the measuring stick by which we can distinguish truth from error. It tells us what God is like, how one truly gets to heaven, etc. By these and other accounts, we can distinguish the truth from everyday lies. The Bible equips us to serve God. It helps us know how to be saved from our sin and its ultimate consequence. Meditating on God's word and obeying its teachings will bring us success in life. It gives us guidance in life and keeps us from wasting years of our lives on that which does not matter and will not last. Reading and studying the Bible helps us learn from others' mistakes and sinful temptations. Experience is a great teacher, but it is so much better to learn from the many Bible characters. For example, David in his defeat of Goliath teaches us that God is greater than anything he asks us to face, while his giving in to temptation to commit adultery with Bathsheba reveals how long-lasting and terrible the consequences of a sin can be. The Bible is a book that is not merely for reading. It is a book for studying so that it can be applied. Otherwise, no nutritional value is gained from it. The Bible is God's word. We can ignore it, but we do so to our own detriment. It cannot be emphasized strongly enough just how important the Bible is to our lives. The more we make an effort to really dig into it, the more reward we will gain for our effort. That answers the question, why should we read and study the Bible?